Can I get a beat in my rap video? Rap video. I keep saying it and I'm like, oh yeah. Okay, so back to it. This is the healthiest wrap you have ever had. A very requested recipe of mine, and one that is compliant for a lot of your diet needs. I am all about an easy recipe. A simple recipe that you can make for your family, that you can make for lunch at work, that you can use ingredients that might be in your fridge already. This is what I'm all about. And can I get a beat in my rap video? Rap video. I keep saying it and I'm like, oh yeah. Okay, so back to it. This is a recipe that you can modify. You can add in your own favorite proteins or your own favorite vegetables. You can make it Mexican, you can make it Asian. You can really do so much with this, which is why I like it, because this is the way that I am in the kitchen. This is the way that cooking should be. Easy, fun, easy to modify, not too fancy. I feel like I've been sponsored by Arugula lately because I've really been using a lot of my recipes. I'm gonna teach you guys how to make this version that I'm cooking today, and then I'm gonna show you ingredients to modify it and do like an Asian version and a Mexican version and a steak version. So this is the critical piece of all of these wraps. I get these Ezekiel sprouted grain tortillas. I get them at Whole Foods. What's awesome about these, I stick them in the freezer and then I de-thaw them before I cook the wraps. So you can really modify this recipe, like I said. So in all of them, I usually have a protein. Today I'm making an easy one. This is a great one for lunch. I'm gonna use some turkey breast and some cheese. Obviously you can modify it if you don't want the cheese, if you don't want the turkey, if you wanna do a different thing, you can do that. And then with my vegetables, I love using like an arugula or a lettuce to really bulk up the wrap. So that's what I'm gonna use for that today. I'm also gonna add some broccoli sprouts because it makes me feel extra healthy. I'm gonna put in some cherry tomatoes, some avocado, which is critical to wraps and to life. Salt, pepper, and veganaise. You can obviously use mayonnaise if you're gonna go that route in your life. But veganaise is the healthy option. Here are all the ingredients laid out for this wrap that I'm gonna do. Like I said, this one's a great one for lunch because you've got your turkey and your cheese in it, and it's just really easy to throw together. So I've got my Ezekiel wrap, my avocado. I'm probably only gonna use half. This is Munster cheese. I got some turkey, cherry tomatoes that I'm gonna chop, salt, pepper, sorry, arugula, and sprouts. Ford is sleeping. This is real life, huh, Dad? I chopped up the tomatoes and I chopped up the avocado. You can use a half of an avocado. It really depends on like what type of, diet you're on, or like how much you like an avocado. I really enjoy an avocado. So I'm doing a high fat diet, so I can eat a whole avocado in my wrap if I want to. And so can you. It's just totally your preference. Like I said, you can modify this. And then also, I like to chop the tomatoes. I don't like when you bite into a cherry tomato and it's like a burst and explosion of seeds. Ugh. And then, this is a critical ingredient. So, have you ever cooked with a nut oil? When I say oil, I mean oil, by the way. So this is a walnut oil, and my mom is like me, and she like crafts these cool recipes, and she's like, this is the key ingredient. This nut oil is critical. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heat this nut oil up in the pan, and then I'm gonna put my wrap in there. This is what makes the wraps crunchy and good and taste like you didn't just take some wrap and like wrap it around a piece of turkey. This is what elevates your dish. I'm all about what elevates your dish to make you look fancy and gourmet to your family. Do you think this makes me look fancy and gourmet? Here's my family. Let's see what he thinks.
I think it looks fancy and gourmet.
That's a good answer, Kyle. That was a safe answer.
Yes.
Haha, you got that heat.
Always got that heat high. Always got that heat high. Always cooking up some of the fire in the kitchen. Now I'm bringing over my greens. Okay. Walnut oil into the pan. Also, shelf life of nut oils is not as long as olive oil, just for safety concerns and hazards. So you want to make sure that this heats up really high. You can do higher heat with the nut oil too, I'm pretty sure, which is great.
So is this something you should be prepared for the smoke alarm to go off, or is that just when I'm cooking the wraps?
Mostly you should always be prepared for that. Only you can prevent house fires.
What kind of lipstick is that?
Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. It's a new fall color. Why are you getting so up in my grill?
Because I like that lipstick.
Thank you.
What color is it called?
I don't know. I'll go look. I was trying to find some new fall shade. Oh, shoot. You distracted me. But look, it's not smoking. See, that's a nut oil for you. Here goes nothing. Okay, tell me when. Okay. Okay, this is what's gonna make it brown and beautiful. I do love a kitchen gadget. I'm gonna do a full video on my kitchen gadgets. So you're gonna start to hear it sizzle. And then you're gonna do, I'd say about 25 seconds on each side. You can kind of tip it up like that. You don't want it black, you want it a little bit charred.
Would you call that blackened?
I would call it browned. And I would call it, actually I didn't leave it flipped enough because I got excited because the camera was on. I like to put the turkey and the cheese in at the very end when I'm doing the wrap because I like for it to be a little bit hot. It doesn't have to be heated up. You could also like throw it in the microwave, but this makes it a little easier. Sizzling in that nut oil, okay?
Turkey.
Nestle that turkey in there. Nestle it.
What do you call that nestle? Butterfly nestle? Oh, now you're just tearing it.
Shh.
I thought you were doing something
I'm
fancy.
gourmet and I'm
I thought you were
fancy.
doing something fancy and gourmet. You're
Get-
just tearing chicken.
Yeah, it's not chicken, it's turkey.
Whatever.
Don't confuse my audience.
A chicken is a turkey. A chicken is a chicken. Okay. I
Oh.
misspoke.
Just took the wrap out of the pan. As you can see, it's kind of like crunchy. And I'm gonna take the Vegenaise, about a tablespoon of that.
Now, gentlemen, Vegenaise is good. It gives you the same kind of taste as mayonnaise, but mayonnaise is king. Let's be serious.
Just added in the vegetables. I already put the Vegenaise on there also. Now I'm gonna throw the arugula in and the other vegetables. You can really bulk up a wrap with vegetables, so whatever kind of vegetables you like,
Oh, I love sprouts.
you use. Well, that's good, Chloe, because this wrap be going to you.
This is how she cooks normally. There's usually somebody over here with a camera the whole
A
time.
little behind the scenes here.
BTS! Okay, tiny bit of pepper
Do a Salt Bay.
and a tiny bit of salt.
That ain't
That was a lot of salt.
Oh
Was
my
it?
God.
That was barely any
Could have clogged
salt.
my arteries.
Jesus. I know. Good God. Yes.
And that is a wrap, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't ever do that again.
Clutter.
Watch this.
Okay. We're distracting from what's real.
Cheers. Add in a little cheer, like, yay. When you
This is
do that.
all for y'all. All for y'all.
Where are the tops?
In my hand.
Come on.
Get with the program. Okay, the beauty of these wraps also is you can literally make it any sort of wrap that you like. I want you to customize these wraps to make them your own. So you're always gonna use the same wraps, and these are my favorites. This one's an awesome one if you guys like stir fry or like any kind of Asian cuisine. So what I do is I get from Whole Foods or from wherever, I get frozen shrimp and I get them devined, and I told you guys about this on my grocery haul. You guys can see like some of the ingredients that I get. And then I just de-thaw these shrimp under cold water for like 3 minutes. And then you're gonna need some sort of like cabbage. So they had this at Whole Foods, so I just bought this like salad kit and I used the chopped cabbage out of this. But all it is, like whenever I chop my own, I just chop up a little bit of cabbage. Sometimes I use green cabbage, sometimes purple cabbage, a little bit of celery, and I use some shredded carrots in there too, just to like add a little bit of a different flavor and texture, but you could just do the cabbage. Lime is really great with this one. So literally all you do, you put some sesame oil in the pan, you throw your shrimp in there, a couple minutes on each side, 4 minutes maximum. I throw a little sriracha in at the end and also some sesame seeds. Then you're gonna cook down your cabbage. If you've pre-chopped your own cabbage, that's great. In a little bit of sesame oil also, in a separate pan, or you could use the same wok and just set your shrimp aside. And then squeeze a little bit of lime juice in there at the end. Then you're gonna put everything together, and I like to top it with a little bit more sriracha, and I also like to add in a tiny bit of cilantro. You got a steak eater in the house, or a man, or a woman who really likes steak. This is gonna be for you. I like to use flank steak or skirt steak in recipes like this because if you're using it for a wrap or if you're using it on a salad, this is a much more inexpensive steak option. And so this is from Whole Foods. We get it and it's like rolled up. You can see like it's not the prettiest cut of meat, but it's perfect for things like this. Now, seasoning skirt steak is key. You can grab a Ziploc baggie, put some Worcestershire in there. I don't know how to say that word. You can poke some holes in the steak, slice it, and just shake it up in that bag. You can add a little bit of lemon like as you're cooking it and really make that flavor come alive when you're cooking the steak. I just put in these wraps, I put the arugula, I put the cherry tomatoes, I put the avocado, and you can add cheese if you want to add cheese. Sometimes we don't. And I cooked the wraps the same way that I did the one that I showed you in the video with the walnut oil.
Veganese.
You like veganese in yours? Okay, so Kyle's behind the
Yeah.
camera and he really likes veganese on his. So this is another great one that you could add veganese to, or really like any kind of condiment that you want. I kind of like it plain so I can taste the steak flavor. And then lastly, a little Mexican option. So, you can take your chicken and you can slice it up and cook it fajita style with some taco seasoning, any kind of taco spice blend, any kind of taco seasoning. Cook that chicken, and you can cook down like a purple onion, or you can cook down bell pepper and an onion. Also, like to have some more vegetables in there, I just add in black beans for a little more protein, some cilantro, a little bit of Mexican cheese, and hot sauce. I like the chulia. That is my fave. So those are 3 different options from all different parts of the world. Where's steak from? What part of the world is steak from? The caveman days? It's not really a part of the world, is it?
Oh my God.
You said a chicken was a turkey.
I got confused.
So did I. I want you guys to make these recipes in your kitchen. So there's gonna be tons of this content coming in the fall. So please subscribe to my channel. Much more coming soon. Leave me a comment below. Tell me which wrap is your fave.